Do you ever feel stuck in the rat race? Life doesn't have to be that way if you're willing to put in the work. In Bigger Vision, Chris Garrison helps you discover the keys to abundance, freedom, and personal growth that let you live the life of your dreams. And now, here's your host, Chris Garrison.
Welcome, everybody. You made it to that Bigger Vision podcast show. I'm Chris Garrison, your host. And today we're going to find your money. That's what we're going to talk about, is finding your money. We've been taught that money is scarce, that it's hard to come by, that only the elite have it. Only the highly educated 6-8-year degree individuals have it. The ones that were handed the silver spoon have it. That you're destined to never have it just because of how your pedigree was and where you grew up. But it's a lie. It is a lie because money is everywhere. Even more now today than it ever has been before. Money is everywhere. Somebody's got it. The problem is we've been told that it's hard to find, that you've got to work your butt off, that you've got to get a high education, that you've got to work for years and save up and give it to someone else to invest for you in the stock market that's extremely volatile. If you wait 20, 30, 40 years, then you're going to see a return that's mediocre, and then you're still going to have to restrict yourself after retirement to be able to make ends meet. So all of this hard work that you've done your entire life to lead up to retirement, and now you still have to watch your pennies. And it's because you've got pennies. But that is not supposed to be the way. It doesn't have to be the way. The average ordinary person can make millions and retire with millions. It has been a false statement that only some succeed. Now, that is the actual truth. Only some do, but it's because of their choices. Money does grow on trees, but you've got to plant the tree. You have to plant it today so that you can reap the rewards of its fruit. It's not a complicated process, but we have allowed ourselves to be taught that it was unreachable and overcomplicated. Mindset's the first thing that you're going to have to get past. That's the challenge right now. You've been brainwashed to believe that money is hard to make and is unavailable and takes a magic trick to be able to capture it. But let me tell you, listen to me, money is everywhere. Who has your money is what you should be asking. Money is everywhere. Couple of stories. I went out, started my own business. I had that broke mentality, but I was hungry for more because I was tired of being in need, financially, extremely in need. I wanted financial freedom, and I began to go knock on the doors, and I found my money. I found those who had the money. Not every person had my money, but there were many out there that had my money. And I began to bring the things that they wanted to exchange for money. And I took that money and reinvested it so that I would have more opportunity, so that I could bring more people what they were looking for and then get more of my money from them. And then eventually I had enough money to where I could start deploying my money into income producing assets, and it created me new money with that money. But I kept doing what I was doing before to create the fresh money that I could invest. It's a process. You got to plant the tree if you want to reap the fruit. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on how hard it is to make this money? How hard it is to find this money? Are you focusing on trying to get someone else's money? Or are you believing in yourself and knowing that you deserve to have an abundance in life, financially, relationally, experience-wise? This is what you've got to know about life. You deserve it when you do the action, when you take the steps. You are not meant to be in a position to where you just make enough. Or maybe you make a little bit extra and you have a decent lifestyle. Your true destiny is to be in abundance. And listen, not everybody's going to take their abundance. That is why it's so readily available for you to go grab. Many, many people hear the message that they can go and have whatever they want, but they never do it. They settle down for mediocre because they don't want to lean in to the resistance. They don't want to push past the uncomfortable feelings that come with stretching and growing. Providing something that gives time back and or gives an exceptional experience is what everybody wants. Those two things. Are you giving me some time back, or are you giving me an amazing experience? If you have something that gives someone their time back and or gives them an amazing experience, this is your avenue for money. They have your money because you have what they want. See, when you begin to think about bringing one of those two things, and even better, both of those things, then you have confidence in yourself that they have your money. Remember, if you're bringing them what they want, they've got what you want. It's just the way it works. Change your thought process into knowing that the world is available for you. The information that you need is out there. Hop on YouTube, hop on Facebook forums, hop on Instagram, hop on any of these other platforms that feed you information. Google it. It's out there. You got to change your mindset from this scarcity thinking to this abundance. Whatever I have, whatever I need, I have available to me. Whatever I want, I can go get. Whatever I want to achieve, I can achieve it. When you get this confidence inside of you and this just face set like flint, this understanding that you are meant to be more. I don't care where you're at financially, relationally, emotionally, physically. You are meant to have and be more. It is your divine right and your duty to make sure you get out there and you push yourself into growth. And in the beginning of growth, there is always a time of sacrifice. It is always uncomfortable. It doesn't stay that way. Let me let you down and take the stress away. It does not stay that way. If you're in the grind right now, it will get better, but you have to walk the process. You have to take the steps. You have to trust the process and do it every day. It needs to be an unconditional, it needs to be a non-negotiable. Let me say that again. It needs to be non-negotiable. All right? If it's non-negotiable, then you stop wondering if you're going to do it or not. It's a must. It's a have to. It's a life or death situation. When you make it a life or death situation, this is when things will begin to change in your life. When you change your mindset in believing that you deserve whatever you want and that whatever you want is out there, you begin to plant your money tree. And then you begin to walk those actions of watering that money tree. And then eventually you are going to see an abundance of money hanging off its branches because it's going to grow multiple branches. When I took my disaster cleanup company and walked the steps of knowing that I had to get out and market, and then I had to sell, I had to show people I was available. I had to sell them on the service that I had available. And that service was giving them time back and giving them a great experience. Then I began to fulfill what I was selling through my service. I would execute the service. Then I would go back around and collect. And then I would rinse and repeat. I did this over and over and over and over. You got to put the reps in. When you put the reps in, you're going to see the benefits of your efforts. They need to be consistent reps. It can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm done. No, it can't be 1 week. It can't be 2 weeks. It can't be 2 months. It needs to be every stinking day. Because when you put those reps in, you begin to see growth. And when you get those reps in and that growth starts happening, now you start to feel more comfortable because you get out of that heavy sacrifice phase. You get out of that uncomfortable area and feeling because now you're starting to feel your growth and you're able to experience that growth. But don't stop there. You revel in the excitement of it, and then you push yourself into another. And it doesn't mean that the sacrifice is going to be as heavy as it was on the first growth measurement, but it's still some sacrifice. There's still some growth. The sacrifice in me now is sacrifice, mainly my sacrifices are getting away from my weak mentality. I'm having to buckle down and control my thoughts in knowing that I can be a billionaire, in knowing that people love and want to be around me, and they want to give me their money to invest, in knowing that I'm a great operator, in knowing that I'm a great relationship builder, in knowing that people are interested in what I'm doing and they want to be a part of it because I'm driven, because I'm confident in myself, because I know I've got a destiny. You have the exact same thing. That's why you feel it when I'm speaking to you about this. You know that you are supposed to have more than what you currently have. You know that if you put those reps in, if you do it daily, that you will achieve what you're trying to achieve. Abundance is what you are. Abundance is what you have. Your future self is who you are right now. You're just trying to realize it. Your future self is who you are right now. You are just trying to realize it and believe it. So start believing it. This is why it's so important that when you wake up in the morning, you out loud verbally say your goals and you speak as though your future self is your current self right now. I am not a billionaire, but I say I am a billionaire in the mornings. I am a billionaire, and I have a large network of high net worth individuals that partner with me in my investments, in my endeavors. They wait for the opportunity for me to offer them a partnership. They wait for the opportunity to hear what I've got going on. My network is so large, I have ample opportunities. My opportunities are endless. I have to choose what opportunity I want. I've got so many. See, these are abundant statements, and this is where I will be. You have got to see where you will be and speak it as though you are right now, because your mind will begin to function as your future self, and your actions will begin to mimic what your future actions should be mimicking, should be doing. It's not rocket science. It's a mindset shift. When you get the mindset shift, you are able to run into battle as a winning warrior. And that's how you should treat this. Because if you do it any other way from life or death, then you, when it gets hard, when it gets tough, when you see some failures, you will quit. You will bail out and you will go for the comfortable. Trading, bringing something that gives someone's time back and an exceptional experience is the only thing that you need to remember. You can do this as a bookkeeper. You can do this as a receptionist. You can do this as a service technician. You can do this as a warehouse fulfillment technician manager. You can do this as a road worker, as a lawyer, as a doctor, as a nurse. You are giving someone their time back and an exceptional experience. If that is what you are providing, then know they have your money and you deserve it. And they are glad to pay for it. They want you to offer them this because they are looking for more time and a better experience. You are, aren't you? I know I am. They are too. And when you believe that, you can go sell anything because now you have confidence that you're providing value. And when you provide value, money follows. 100%. Focus on this and it will grow. Focus on the fact that you've got time you're giving back and experience you're giving to someone, and they have your money and they are ready to pay you. You've just got to get in front of them. That's why you've got to market yourself. The selling process sells itself when you paint the picture of what you are bringing to them, what you are offering them. Then you fulfill it, then you collect it, and you do it over again. And you're going to see that your money begins to grow. And now it's not about saving yourself the wealth, because that is a true lie. It is about growing your income today so that you can invest more and make even more tomorrow. Know where your lifestyle of living is, and get it minimal in the early stages. If you are at that point of where you don't have money sitting in a retirement in a bank or whatever. Once you begin to start making money, you don't increase your lifestyle. You stay in the old Toyota Camry. You stay eating at the house. You don't go and buy the Gucci and Prada or whatever. You don't have to have those things. Those things will come. Take your money, that surplus over what it costs you for your roof over your head, the food in your belly, and the necessities to get you around from day to day, and take that extra money on top of that, and now find income producing assets that you can put that money in. Real estate's one of them. Cryptocurrency, go with the main coins. Here is the number one rule of investing. You invest for long term, and you don't invest more than what you can stand to lose in one asset. That way, if one asset goes down, you're not starting all over. But if one asset goes down, you've got income, principal, capital in another asset that's still going to produce, has a chance to make up for what you just lost. Real estate is one of the safest things that I have found. I'm a real estate investor. I'm a real estate operator. I put my own money, and I also take other people's money and put it into real estate, and I give them just insane returns, and they're in a safe asset compared to sticking it in the stock market. And the average person, the average investor in the stock market makes about 4% on their money. That is a very slow grow. And it's extremely volatile. So what I do is I allow an avenue for individuals with money to partner with me, put their money into real estate. I, as the operator, find the deal. I, as the operator, close the deal, rehab the deal, inject value so that I can increase the value of the asset. And then I am able to sell, or whatever the back end might be, I'm able to grab that value add and pay my investors and myself for their efforts and mine. This is what you want to be on, is the side of the passive investor. This is what my journey is taking me to be the passive investor. Because when I can stop trading my time for money, my lifestyle will increase even more and be even more radically amazing. I'll have more time with my family. I'll be able to go do things and experience new experiences more often. But it takes the sacrifice up front to find how you can provide an experience and give back time so that you can create great revenue. Wherever you're at right now in your job, owning your own company, whatever it is that you've got going on, how can you increase the experience and give someone back their time? If you can take on a role and a duty and a responsibility, you're giving back your supervisor's time. If you can provide a service or a product that's going to speed up a process for someone, you've given back your customer's time. And by giving that time back, you have also created an exceptional experience, because time is the one thing that we don't get any more of. It clicks away and it's gone. So the only way that you can grab new time is by leveraging someone else's experience, reaching into someone else's past and finding out what they did so that you don't have to walk the path that they had to walk. You can jump time by capturing what their experiences have already been. This is why it's so important that you're focusing on growth, because then you begin to feed yourself and immerse yourself in growth. Things that are positive, things that are uplifting, things that are telling you you can do it, that there is a bright future, that money is available, it is everywhere, there is money trees. You just need to go plant them and let those babies prosper and grow. Feed them what they need. Take those actions every single day and do it consistently. Partner with experts. You don't have to know everything. You can simply leverage someone else's experience and expertise. I am not a bookkeeper, and I have leveraged someone else's experience in bookkeeper. I'm not a spreadsheet person. So I partnered with someone, and it doesn't mean I gave equity of my company away. It means that I brought someone in and invested in them. And therefore, they gave me time back and gave me a great experience because I got more of my time back. And I paid them for that. I had their money because they had my time. Is it clicking yet? Is this making sense? You're providing something and you're getting something else in exchange. And now I lean on them. And then I do the same thing for my field techs, for my project managers, for the lady that's my coordinator that answers the phone and schedules the projects. I begin to find exceptional individuals that are hungry for growth, that have the same core values as me. And then I plug them in. I make an investment in with them. And they give me my time back. And I've got their money because they're giving me my time back. And I give them their money. And they're collecting their money. And the more that they can give time and experience, the more money they make. Lock this in your head. Abundance is where you're supposed to be. And you find abundance by providing time and experience for someone else. You find abundance by providing time and experience for someone else. Audit your influences today, yesterday, and this past week. And everything that was not a benefit to help move you forward in life, cut it off. It's going to be hard on some of these things, but cut it off. Your life depends on it. Cut it off and replace it with things that motivate you, that influence you, that educate you in the areas of life that's going to allow you to achieve what you want to achieve. I don't care if you're the janitor at the school, cleaning the bathrooms, mopping the floors, and polishing them. You do the very best that you can, and then you find more ways so that you can provide more time and experience for those that have your money. And then you start to package that money and put it in the assets that are revenue generators. I told you real estate was my thing. Crypto is another thing. I've got some more into Forex trading, where they're trading foreign exchanges through an algorithm, a computer algorithm, and it's making me money. I've got my money in my business, and my business is a cash flowing. Did you know that people's net worth, their wealth was calculated back in the day off your business and your real estate that you own? That's how people calculated someone's wealth, is based off of the businesses and the real estate that they owned. And then these extra things like stocks began to come into play as like icing on the cake. But now what we have done is we have seen the stocks as our wealth generators. And that's not. Let's go back to the basics, because this is what our forefathers built the wealth on for this nation. It is businesses and real estate. And if you don't have the education on those, then plug in with someone that does. Find your unique ability, find your genius, take a test like DISC or something like that, find out what you're good at, reflect on what you're currently doing and what makes you happy, because that is your genius. It doesn't mean that it's perfect every single day, but what really excites you majority of the time, this is your genius. And then plug into someone else that has something that you don't, and build together a business. You don't have to be the business owner to help build a business. And then as you're doing that, you're going to capture extra money and then deploy that money into real estate. Doesn't mean you have to know how to find a deal. Doesn't mean you have to know how to rehab the deal. Doesn't mean you have to know anything outside of, can I trust the operator? Here is my money and I will take my return. I want you guys to live in success. I hope that you have found your money today, because it is out there. Start asking the question, who has my money? Who has my money? Until next time, let's grow together.
This program is brought to you by thepodcastfactory.com.